get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So this is my review recap for BMF Season 2, Episode 9, High Treason. Child, we down at Freaknik, y'all. We have finally made it to Freaknik. We in the ATL, and baby, okay, Magic City. If you know, you know, all right? It's the nostalgia for me. So we out here driving these fast cars. We having a funky good time. The only one that looked like they damn Oscar the Grouch is, of course, B. Mickey, because he's still worried about Bryant. You know, we got Monique out here, child, fighting for her life. The plan did not go good at all. Most of us knew it was a bad plan to begin with. We got daggone Bryant telling his son that this was his bully that broke in the house. Jen is seeing all through the cracks of his lies, child, and she's tired of him playing games with her. And speaking of people that's tired of games, Lucille done found everything out, baby, and she about to get bout it out here and show y'all that she have not always been a Christian, okay? She can be one, but she can also get up in these streets, and if you playing with her, she gonna bring that damn heat. We got you know, Terry picking out, you know what I'm saying, putting out hits that are going bad, child. Where are they finding these hitters from? How come every show always got a hitter that can't hit? Okay, these hitters is always missing. Why? Okay, and we basically have, you know, B. Mickey just, child, why he didn't jump off the building? That's how I feel. B. Mickey could have been gone. Lamar could go. They both could go. I don't need to see them anymore. I just don't. I don't know about y'all, but it's a wrap for me, okay? And we also basically had, you know, Nicole actually being more of an adult than the daggone adults. And we had Boom slipping up and leaving his fingerprints around, and Terry's, you know, whole picture fiasco coming back to haunt them, baby. We got Goldie back in the building, and there's a lot happening with her and her life, and we want to do some business, some collaborations, and we thought Todd was going to be able to be in it too, but baby, no. Okay, that's not how the story goes. So anyway, y'all, let's break it on down, take it from the top, and get into this episode. Of course, we start out with Terry telling us that with Freaknik, you know, they got to see the urban community and the college kids coming together and showing things in a positive light, in a positive way, okay? And, you know, we got Terry, of course, telling Meech, like, yo, we need to get rid of B Mickey. I agree with him. Like, how do we still have him around? He's like, you know, if Brian comes after him, and it's a choice between us and him, he is going to choose himself. He is going to basically rat us out. We still got Meech talking about some, no, we don't just get rid of family. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hold it down. And he's bringing up the fact that they about to get these new moves, bringing to these, you know, more businesses. They still got Ty Washington going on, and they still got Goldie. And so, you know, Terry agrees with him with that. And he says that we could take B. Mickey down to Atlanta and leave his behind down there, right? So we are on one accord when it comes to that. Of course, we end up seeing Monique's little cuz again that said, if you ever in the ATL, hit me up. And Meech was talking about some girl, what? You know, now she's coming in handy. Obviously, we did hit her up because we see her all happy to be in one of these cars driving fast, okay, on the highway. And, you know, we basically have you know, Bryant calling them up, talking about some, you know, did y'all really think you could just come up in my house? Was it you that was with B. Mickey too? And Meech is basically telling him he got the wrong number, you know what I'm saying, F you, and hangs up the phone. So now Bryant, of course, his son is shook. You know, he's scared to be home. He done added on more locks. He done basically bought a new daggone safe. And he is trying to convince him that this is his bully that was bullying him from school that broke in. No, I'm sorry. Actually, the son is telling Bryant that this is the bully. But Bryant is telling him, nah, this is something else. It didn't even have anything to do with that. And he's telling him that he cannot live in fear, you know, and that the bottom line is, when it's all said and done, you know, you need to go ahead and, you know, basically be like those comics you draw, right? What would the superhero do? And he says that, you know, he would live to fight another day. And he's like, exactly. So he's telling him to just, you know, hang in there, and that is going to be okay, right? And so now, we move on from there, and you know, he was just letting him know, don't let nothing take no power over you, right? And so we had Ashley Larry out here enjoying his show. He laughing and watching the TV, and I just knew this TV was gonna fly across the damn yard, y'all. And so Lamar coming and bothering him, talking about some meat, you know what I'm saying, done got over. I'm not really making no money like that. They hitting me for taxes. And he says, well, I guess you got to do something better. You know, you ain't been paying no rent. You ain't giving me no money. You didn't even pay for what I did with Blackie. And he's like, well, I'm not paying you nothing. So Ashley Larry was like, okay, then at least get out my face and let me enjoy my TV show. And just as I knew, the next thing you know, Lamar is throwing the damn TV across the damn yard. And he tells him, you know, what the hell are you doing? And he was like, you know, say one more word, because Ashley Larry apparently keeps getting it confused and don't think that his behind could be on the chopping block as well. So we have this detective come in and introduce himself, and he's looking for Brian, and Jenna's like, well, he's not around. Is there something I can help you with? And he's like, yeah. And when he steps out the way, you know, Kevin is there. So she tells Kevin, you know, come on, have a seat. And she tells the officer that she got it. And she sits down and asks him, well, what's going on? And he was like, well, someone broke in the house, and I think that it was Marcus, the kid that was bullying me. But my dad is basically saying that it's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe him, basically, you know. And at this point, I'm scared to be home. I'm scared to be in school. So she's like, did you hear a voice? Did you see a face? You know, what makes you think it's Marcus? Was anything taken? He's like, nah, nothing that he knows of. And he was like, you know, he put a pillowcase over his head and threw him in the closet. So of course at this point Brian walks up and he's like, what are you doing here? What did we talk about? You know what I'm saying? Living and surviving to another day. And he's like, Dad, I can't do it. You know, I don't want to go to school. I don't feel safe at school. I don't feel safe at home. You protect people every day. Isn't that your job? Like, why can't you protect me? At this point, he wants to go back to his mom's house. He wants to move back in with his mom. And Detective Brian is saying you can't run away from your problems or whatever, right? But once he says that, you can see Brian just looking around, kind of feeling embarrassed, not wanting people in the office to hear him, not wanting Jen to know nothing. So he's like, fine, I'll call your mama. Of course, you know he ain't happy about this, but he'll do what he gotta do. So now we got Lamar knocking that damn Monique door. You know, he over here dressed all up, bringing her flowers, you know, bringing her this $30,000 damn, you know, slip that's showing that he done started a fund for Zoe. She like, oh my God, $30,000. And then he turns around and showing her this big old ring. And he's basically, you know, she's like, I know you ain't asking me to marry you. And he's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Saying how they gonna take it slow. And so, of course, you know what I'm saying, he's whipping out some drugs that he done brung over, talking about some, now I got you, you know what I'm saying, I bought a little something for us to celebrate with too. And she like, okay, come on. So she get him over by the damn chair, whatever the case may be, to get into this things that he got going on, honey. A little sniff, 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 sniff. And obviously it's still not helping. He still can't get it up. And so she basically proceeds to tell him that maybe if he smoke a little of that crack rock, okay, that could get him up. And he's like, oh, nah, I don't do that. I said, Lord, Monique, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now, back with, you know, Goldie, we giving her this layout of this business plan that we got and saying how we want her to wash this money for us. You know, they need an olive branch and all of that. We got Meech, Terry, and, you know, B. Mickey at this point. And she's basically like, who the heck is this little string being looking dude y'all done brung up in here, right? Talking about B. Mickey. And child, he did, because them legs was like sticks, okay? And I said that sounded just like something that Monique, the person, you know, the actress, would say or whatever, right? But of course, coming from Goldie, the character she's playing. So nonetheless, you know, they say he's family. Well, me says he's family. And then she's like, I don't know about all of that. You know, of course, they brung her a little hefty bag that had some money in it. And she was thankful to get that. And he was like, see, we came and gave you your money back with no problem. She was like, yeah, well, the only reason why y'all did that is because y'all didn't want me on your ass, okay? But she was like, you know, you got a nice smile. That smile is really something else, okay? But I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if we on a friendship level yet. But go ahead and meet me at Magic City tomorrow. I could introduce y'all to, you know, some folks, including Stephanie, who actually used to work for me, but now she's in real estate. So here go B. Mickey, you know, putting his 2 cents in. Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? You basically, you know, put on girls, because he was saying, you know, you a stripper success story or whatever, you running a stripper success school, because she was saying how the girl used to dance for her. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Okay, that's exactly what I've done for many of them. And a lot of them think they powers in between their legs, but they powers actually, you know what I'm saying, sitting on top of their shoulders. So he talking about something, he apologized, you know, if he offended her, and she's basically like, nah, you didn't offend me, but I'm gonna teach you something, you little string bean ninja. Okay, so Meech asked if he could use her bathroom, and she's like, sure, go ahead and tell him it's down the hall to the left or whatever. And as he's coming back from the bathroom, there's a lady on the floor that is basically telling him, you know, that she needs help, and he was about to go in and help her, but then, you know, Goldie ends up intervening and pushing him out the way, and she goes in, and you can basically see that she has lesions and she has an IV and stuff there. So obviously this is somebody that has HIV. We know that that was something that was happening during that time. So as we get back to you know, Brian and them or whatever, he's letting her know he's gonna handle, you know what I'm saying, the bully, and that he got to call Kevin mom, and she came and picked him up, and that he's just not built like him, you know. And she's asking him if he needs any help. She's like, yeah, you know, he told me about the break-ins. Did they take anything? You know, you really think it's the bully from the school? She's like, well, maybe I should go with you. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna handle it, you know. So she says if it's anything that he needs to let her know. And of course he is basically like, you know, thank you, appreciate it or whatever, right? But she giving him the side eye. She's not really fully, of course, believing everything that he's saying. So we know she gonna do some type of investigation on her own to get to the bottom of it. So now in the meantime, when Goldie get up in this room, we find out that this is her sister. You know, they're both pretty much like, you know, sissy, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you, don't worry about it, I gotta get you back in bed. You know, her sister saying she's tired of it, she's tired of being cooped up in the damn bed, she's tired of being in pain. She's like, a lot of days she just want to throw herself out the window. And of course Goldie is telling her, don't talk like that. You know, she's telling her it's a beautiful day and she just want to get out, and she feels like she's withering away. She was like, you know, I can't even wipe my own self anymore, and all that different kind of stuff. And so she's like, you know, look at me, no matter what, I'm gonna, you know, be there for you. And I told you, like, be glad that you at least have help. A lot of people have it a lot worse. And, you know, no matter what, I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm gonna have your back. And one day they are gonna have, you know, a cure for this. So of course that's a really sad situation that she's in, right? So now we got, you know, Meech and Terry go see Ty. You know, he's saying what's up, and he's like, oh, you know, what's going on or whatever. He's saying he still got the other spot that's his stash spot, and this is basically his home where him and his fam stay, right? He got his wife and kids here, so he sees Meech with a bag, and he's like, yo, y'all came to stay for a minute or something, but they let him know, like, nah, this is actually all the money that we, you know, wanted to give you for holding us down, and throw in a little extra, right? And of course they telling him about the Colombian plug and saying we want to branch out and come out here too and hit a couple different places. So at first Ty's like, come on, man, you know, now y'all want to step on my toes, and they're like, nah, we would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Miami basically is like, you know, coming straight down to I-75. Is Atlanta's the first hub, and you know, we got all these freeways or whatever. So at the end of the day, we can, you know, basically use a hand with the stashes and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So he's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, I guess, you know what I'm saying, I see where you coming from with that. So he's like, y'all my dudes or whatever, and y'all about that paper, so let's get it. So in the meantime, his wife come up, and, you know, she's basically like, if y'all family, then y'all gotta go ahead and stay and eat. And they're telling Ty that they need an exterminator that doesn't leave any pills behind. So this is where, you know, they basically asking for somebody that could do a hit. I said, child, okay. So now, you know, they meet her, and she's, of course, saying, if y'all like family, we got y'all, and y'all gonna go ahead and stay. So now back at the house with Lucille and Charles, we hearing a knock at the door, and Lucille tell Charles she got it, and who the heck is there but damn Pastor Swift, child. She talking about, Pastor Swift, I'm ready, and Charles want to know what time she was gonna be home, and she was like, I'm grown, I ain't got no curfew, okay, I could go where the hell I want to go and come back when I want to come back. I said, I know that's right, Lucille. So they go ahead and leave to go to this daggone dinner, and Nicole is basically asking her father, if you're not happy being married, why stay married, and at the same time she done cooked daddy a meal and telling him to come sit down and eat, and he's telling her, don't worry about it. That's not happening. They're not going to get no divorce or nothing like that. And he's thanking her for, making the meal, but he's telling her that they're not going to have this discussion. And she was like, yeah, that's the same way that Terry is dismissive to me anytime I want to talk to him or bring anything up to him, right? He's basically like, we're not going to have this conversation right now. So in the meantime, Pastor Swift is telling, Lucille, like, sometimes temptation is a powerful thing. People could fall underneath the raps. We're all sinners and things of that word, even men of the word. And so she's like, I know that I should, believe that or whatever and be okay with that. And I know that, it says thou shalt not murder, but she's like, baby, if I find that floozy, what I'm saying, I might be breaking that commandment. And so, Pastor Swift over here talking about something, oh, I knew you had a little bit of bad in you, sister, okay, a little wicked side, and they giggling or whatever have you. And then he's like, well, God never said that there wouldn't be problems, even though he walks with us, through the valleys. We still go through our things, so we have to understand that he's in favor of all things. And she was like, well, all the men in my life have betrayed me and broke my heart, She was like, I mean, Demetrius, Terry, now Charles. And so he over here putting his hand on her damn leg, talking about some Sister Lucille, I got you covered. She said, I don't need you to have me covered, Pastor, okay? And put his hand back up on the table and told him she just needs to be counseled. So he was like, amen to that. And she was like, yeah, praise God. And he over here start humming. And then when they come with the check, he talking about, you could take that back and split it right down the middle, okay? So because Sister, Lucille don't want to give up nothing, now you don't want to pay the damn bill. I said, trifling, Pastor, trifling. Now, moving on from there, Jen give daggone, Bryant a surprise visit, baby, trying to act like she want to come over and surprise him because she know Kevin ain't home and want to throw that thing on him again. But really what she want to do was wait till he got in a good sleep and creep around his damn house and check everything and see what she could find. She over here talking about she looking for a blanket and she finds Big Mickey's bracelet. And he talking about, you don't need no blanket. Come on back over here, baby, and let me warm you up. And she gets in the bed with him. So getting back to Monique, like I said, she was trying to give him this rock. And she was like, nothing haven't been able to get you up. You haven't been getting it in with me in a long time. And he's basically like, well, you go first. Where's my manners, ladies first. And he give it to her to smoke. And the next thing you know, he start choking the mess out of her, saying, oh, you and me are trying to set me up. He put you up to this. Didn't he? How could he trick you and get you in on this? Both of y'all deceived me and lied to me and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, Mo was trying to give it to him. I'm not even going to lie. She was punching him. She was kicking him in that daggone thing that he supposed to have down there. I said, girl, grab that bag. Grab that wound. Grab it. Put your damn hand in it if you have to. Okay? I was yelling and screaming at the damn TV. But unfortunately, no matter which way she went, he kept getting the upper hand on her, trying to choke her out. She took that damn vase that had Blackie ashes in it and hit him in the damn head with it. And I'm like, damn. Any other time she was keeping the gun either somewhere on her person or at least in close proximity. And I guess because he kind of caught her off guard with this visit or whatever, she didn't have it near her this time because I just wanted her to grab it from somewhere and be like, pop, 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 pop. But unfortunately, he got the upper hand and basically just was choking her out, kept saying, oh, how could you do this to me? How could you turn on me and all this other kind of stuff? You were supposed to be here and you were supposed to take care of things, for Zoe. And then when she's not moving no more, of course, that's when he like, F, 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 right? And realizing what he did and it's too late, So I said, damn, Mo, damn. Okay, baby girl, R.I.P., child. R.I.P. Now, moving on from there, we basically had Meech and Terry trying to tell Ty he should come on out with him. And he's asking him, like, yo, why you got that fake chain on? And Ty's giving him this whole story of how his son bought it for him and he thinks that it's real and family is number one to him and stuff like that, right? And we know that family is a big thing to, Meech as well. So he could understand that. And he, basically says, well, you should come out with us tonight to Magic City. And his wife like, see, y'all trying to come and start some trouble, whatever the case may be. And, basically he asked her for permission. And, Meech says he's going to have him back before the sun. And she was like, you better. Now, in the meantime, Ashley Larry comes to Monique's house and was like, what the hell did you want? Why did you need me here right now? You know what I'm saying? What's going on or whatever the case may be. And what the hell is that all over your damn face? He's like, oh, it's Blackie. And so then he looked down and he's like, who the hell is this? Okay, with a damn sheet over them. And he's like, it's Mo. She made me do it. She made me do it. She made me do it. And Alvin is like, what? And he was like, yeah, me turned her against me. She betrayed me, man. I had to do it or whatever the case may be, right? He was like, he said, you so hell-bent on revenge that you killed the only bitch that cared about you. So he talking about some don't call her bitch. Ashley Larry was like, well, she's a dead bitch now. I said, Jesus Christ, yo, they a mess. So he here like F, 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 F. So the phone starts ringing and they both looking at each other and looking at the phone, looking at each other, looking at the phone. And Ashley Larry says, do not answer that damn phone. But what does Lamar do? Because Lamar is Lamar, of course. He goes and answers it anyway, and it's basically Zoe calling, asking for her mom, and he talking about some, oh, she can't come to the phone right now. She can't come to the phone because she's in the shower. So Zoe's face and stuff is looking like she don't really fully believe that. I really hope she called the damn police. I don't know, y'all. But she says, okay, well, tell her I called. And he's like, okay. And when he hangs up the phone, Ashley Larry is like, yeah, your mom can't come to the phone because she damn dead. So, of course, he's basically saying, hurry up, help me, help me, help me. That, they want to incinerate her and cremate her like they did damn Blackie, the freaking dog. I said, child, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here. And I'm mad because why did y'all even think that this damn plan was going to work? What's supposed to happen now? Now you got two kids that don't have a mom. I mean, we saw this coming, but it just ticks me off. And it's like, why y'all keep letting Lamar get the upper hand and y'all so worried about so many other things instead of just taking care of him and getting him out the way when y'all know that he is a big-ass threat. You know what I'm saying? So that just was a sad situation. But moving on from there, we basically had Jen, of course, finally approach daggone Bryant and say, listen. Because he comes and he's like, oh, I see that you got up and you left before, I woke up. And she's like, yeah, well, I didn't think we wanted to come in here holding hands. And he's like, I'm not complaining. I actually prefer it. And she starts laughing like, you really an asshole. And so she makes a call and asks for records from, B. Mickey and his mom in the hospital and all of that kind of stuff. And she finds out that he had his mom moved. So she's like, you over here talking about you thought it was a bully, but really you thought it was B. Mickey, didn't you? Because I found the damn hospital records. I found the hospital bracelet when I was at your daggone house. And now I got the records to confirm that you moved his mom. And so he's like, yeah, I did move his mom. That was after the fact of, him running away with the stuff and going with Meech or whatever have you. And yeah, he's probably the one that broke into my house. So when I found him, I didn't want to complicate it and have you in it. And tell you what was going on and make you an accessory, because at the end of the day, he broke into my damn house and threw my son in the freaking closet. So he's like, if you want to go and tell them and report it, then you can. So she's talking about some, oh no, I'm not going to do that as of now. But that is your second strike, right? And he says there will not be another one. She can trust him on that. And hope when she tells her the next thing, whether she likes it or not, he's going to keep it real with her. I say, yeah, okay, we shall see, right? So now we back out here with the fellas hanging and saying how they going to go to Magic City tonight or whatever. And, they see these guys out there that's making different cells and they are basically like, yo, we going to meet up later. You know what I'm saying? We see your style. You see how I get down. We going to bring it all together, whatever the case may be. And Meech is saying, you see, well, I wanted you out here to be Mickey. And B. Mickey is basically like, yeah. Now, mind you, they already had kind of bump heads and got into a little scuffle with guys while they was out there the first time, because one of the guys was filling up a girl, and Meech was like, we don't get down like that. We don't violate the woman. And the guy was saying, remember my name. I think it was Randy Ransom or something like that. And B. Mickey had pulled out a gun at that time and was like, well, that's a long name to fit on a bullet, but we could go ahead and work it out and see, if we can't make it do what it do. So those guys already didn't like Meech and them now, okay? So Nicole over here making everybody dinner, child. She done made Charles dinner. Now she making Lucille dinner. Lucille saying, baby, I'm not hungry right now. Nicole is telling her, ma, you always taking care of everybody. Let me take care of you. We get a knock at the door, and it's Mabel bringing back the damn skillet. So Lucille starts to tell Nicole to go upstairs and give them a minute so they could talk. And she's telling, Mabel, like, yo, I can't believe it. I done found out that Charles was cheating on me. I'm so hurt, and I figured that I could talk to you because you're a woman that's been through it before. She was like, something kept telling me he was cheating. And so Mabel talking about, yeah, woman's intuition is never wrong. So when she get on her knees and she over here crying and stuff, Mabel saying how she got a tissue in her pocketbook, baby, and pull out the Easy Rest Motel mattress. That's what we thought Charles was going to have. And baby, Lucille seen that and picked it up and was like, hold up, wait a minute, okay? Easy Rest Motel. She said, you know what? I thought I was going to kill the person when I found out who it was. But now that I know it was you, bitch. She picked up that damn same skillet that Mabel had just came walking up in the house with. And she said, I found a receipt from this place in Charles' jacket. Mabel looking all in the cold, like, creeping on the side listening. She said, bitch, you done came and broke up my whole happy home. She was like, do you know what I would do to you? She was like, in my head, I really thought I would kill the person when I realized, what they had done or whatever the case may be. And so Mabel was about to open up her mouth to try to tell Lucille something. She said, don't you dare open your mouth. Don't you dare open your mother mouth, girl. You better shut the hell up. And Mabel got up to move, and Lucille was following her with that frying pan. She said, I thought Charles was building a shed for you. She said, but he was patching up your damn dry ass walls instead. I said, damn. She know Lucille. She gonna tell Lucille, I never meant to hurt you, and that's why I broke it off with Charles. Lucille said, you broke it off with Charles. That's why you broke it off with Charles. She said, bitch, please. She said, if you stay away from me, you stay away from my damn family. She was like, because if you don't, I swear to God, okay, I swear before God, I will kick your ass all up and down this street. I said, I know that's right, Lucille. She said, now get up out my damn house, all right? So here come Charles, and she told him, really, Charles? She started beating up everything and breaking his damn guitar, child. It was one piece hanging off that little guitar she was holding up on him. Like, until you do right by me, he gonna talk about something. I love you. I don't love her. She said, any shred of love I had for you is gone. You dead to me, okay? And so Nicole told him, Daddy, just get out of here. Just go, okay? Just go before you do anything worse. I said, damn, Charles, one thing you don't do is shit where you eat, baby, all right? So now, we basically finds out that Harold Boom done got arrested for being a perfect match with these damn drugs. And GQ apparently is the only one around here doing actual police work. And so Brian like, what? And GQ found this? He was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? That's real strange. Like, you know what I mean? Since when we got all these damn dummies that's leaving their fingerprints and stuff like that, right? We never catch the smart ones. So they like, let's go. So, of course, Boom done spilt all the damn beans that he possibly can to try to get them a deal, get him a deal. And him and Jen is slapping high fives, saying that this is a way that they would be able to get Meech and Terry. We get in Magic City, and Meech child ain't even in there 5 minutes before some chick is telling him, she don't want B Mickey, child. She don't want that string bean. She want him. So he giving her a big wad of money, and they going in the back, and he over here having sex with her 2 seconds later. Okay, I was happy to see that he at least put a strap on, and she telling him how big he is. Not even just the money you give, baby, but the things in between your legs and your feet is really, really huge. Okay, according to her. And our man in the wheelchair trying to say he got huge stuff too. Okay, his legs might be short, but those is big. And so everybody having a funky good time but B Mickey. B Mickey still standing there looking around like this the whole damn time. When Hoop is telling him to come on over and get in the mix, he telling him F him, and he like, all right, dude, whatever. So now, when they are leaving out of there, we basically see the guy that, well, first we had them sit down with, Miss Goldie, and she basically introduced them to Stephanie, and they setting that up, and she tells Meech how important family is to her, and the fact that she takes care of her sister, and the sister did have, HIV, and we know that, again, this is something that Terry can relate to as far as family coming first and taking care of family. So after they have this meet and they have all of that settled, they're leaving out the club. And, all of a sudden, Ty and Meech and all of them are kind of going to the, right of B Mickey. And B Mickey is still walking straight smoking. And he was about to actually pass, a little swift. He was smoking, but it was nobody there to pass it to. And then he looks and he sees the guy, which just so happens to be the same guy that's supposed to be the hitter. Of course, B Mickey runs and gets out the way, and he's not the one that got shot. And at the same time, the other two guys that was being the haters that also was at they here to take over. Yeah, we'll see about that. They was also shooting back and forth too. So we're just seeing some people getting hit, sprayed the hell up, bodies convulsing and all of that kind of stuff. And, we find out that Meech, Terry, and, B Mickey is okay. But then we're like, where the hell is Ty? And Ty, child, over on the side, damn hit, poor damn Ty. Okay, he didn't make it. We should have known that whole, story of his son giving him his chain and all of that was kind of the setup. He don't make it, and so now, Meech got to come and tell his wife that he didn't make it. He getting off the elevator there, and she's like, Ty, what's going on? Why are you late? And, you didn't remember the code or something. And when she sees Meech, she's like, where's my husband? I'm not even going to talk about the acting, y'all. I'm not going to talk about the acting. But anyway, she says, where's my husband? He brings the chains. He says he's so sorry. He's going to make it right. She slaps fire out of him and tells him he better basically get revenge on whoever did this. And she is just crying. And, of course, he's leaving feeling all messed up. So we get to be Mickey. He over here, putting a gun up to damn Terry, talking about, yeah, I seen that hitter that you sent or whatever. And Terry is like, what? And then he's like, yo, B, you tripping? And he was like, nah, y'all tried to kill me or whatever. He was like, F you and your lame ass brother. I said, oh, now all of a sudden Meech is lame. First of all, half the problems that Meech got is not even his own problems. It's problems because of you and your damn stupidity, okay? And that same lame ass is the one that damn saved you. Like, I'm sorry, but toss B Mickey off this freaking roof, y'all. I'm sick of it. And the fact that Meech rung up and was like, put the gun down, and now he holding the gun to B Mickey while B Mickey is holding the damn gun to Terry, and he's telling him, put the gun down. I'm not gonna say it again. And he's like, B Mickey talking about after everything I did for you. And Meech is like, what, pulling a strap on my brother? And he gonna talk about some, Terry, of course, yelling at me, shoot him. And he's basically like, oh, I lied for you. This is what B Mickey is saying to Terry. I killed for you. I would die for you. At the same time, of course, Terry's still yelling, Meech, do it. Meech, do it. Meech, take him out or whatever. And so he's basically like, if you don't shoot this snake ass MFer right now. And so, B Mickey talking about some, I would have did anything for you. I would have died for you. I would still die for you. And I thought he was going to go jump off the damn roof. And I honestly would not have cared. But, of course, Meech talking about some, no, I'm not losing another brother. I'm not. And then, Terry is pissed like, I can't believe this shit. And Meech is talking about, we started this together. We going to end it together. And then Terry's like, how are we going to do that? And here go B Mickey talking about some, because Meech basically was like getting the person that tore the family apart to begin with. And B Mickey gonna look at Terry and say, Brian, I said, if they don't get this corny bull crap out my face, I'm sorry. I was not here for that part, y'all. I wasn't. Gotta keep it real. And then Terry's phone starts ringing and he's like, Markeisha, I don't got time for this right now. And when he hangs up the phone, he says to Meech, like, Boom got arrested, and Meech is like, good. He like, no, you don't understand. He got the pictures of me and Markeisha, so Boom is gonna end up snapping when he see that, and he gonna be ready to talk. And then they just all looking, and we see in the DEA all flooding out in the precinct, and of course Brian and Jen is ready to celebrate because they like, yeah, he was ready to talk, and we hearing that they stole the Colombian Connect from K9, and they was like, bump all this bureaucratic bullcrap. They gonna find a way, around Chambers and the DEA and all of that. And if they could turn one of them, then they basically could get K9 to give up the Flannerys and the cartel. I doubt very much K9 is gonna be telling though. They could hang that up. Maybe they gonna find another way, but they walking through like they supposed to be the damn big bad. And then we hear Terry saying, of course, that in family lies loyalty to each other, and they were so busy fighting each other that they let their enemies actually be able to close in on them. And then of course we see the board with all of them up on there, and that was how the episode ended, you guys. So put it in the comments, y'all. What did y'all think about this episode, child? What did you like, not like? Of course, give me your rating. Whatever I didn't discuss in here, we could discuss it down in the comments. If I left anything, I'll put it in the comments. Let's talk about it down there. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky, y'all. And of course, I will also, child, check out tonight. We will be doing the Snowfall Live, Love After Lockup Live. And Sunday will be the last episode of The Last of Us, the finale on my channel with myself and Lay's Eagles 215. Y'all make sure y'all check that out too. Till next time, y'all.